like to welcome each and every individual to ARRT, the Atomic Ripple Reaction Tree, and today we're going over one of my favorite roles, role 30, the wizard or the wizardess. It's kind of outside the box. Make sure you put this, this URL down, write it down, bookmark it, place it on, an icon on your computer. Make sure you go in and you study the role, role 30, the wizard or wizardess, because it's really a cool role. So you go to that URL, and then you click on ARRT roles, and then you'll come to the fulfillment of roles is a key to all of our success in ARRT. So role 30, click on that, and that's the wizard or wizardess role, and it'll bring this up. Now, fasten your seatbelt because this is a fun one. So, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Like, role 30 is the most unusual role of all 30 roles, and it's impossible to really define, but we'll give it a try, okay? So do you remember the Wizard of Oz and how the all-powerful wizard was able to give things to people that one should not be able to give, like a brain, a heart, courage? This is what the role of this individual is to do. See, the wizard is not really a member of this group. They often won't show up, but they're always there. When they do show up, you often will not understand what they're thinking or talking about, as they are quantum thinkers, and so they don't think like normal human beings like you and I. They have all been trained by the wizard who, based on university studies show that the wizard is the most, is the smartest and the most caring person, like, in the whole world. Like, think about that just for a moment. I mean, how amazing is that? One is, how do universities study that? But all the research that comes out of universities, like, there for a while, I'm like, I don't know if university studies are really accurate, but now, I totally believe, like, all the studies that come out of universities. So it's beyond me. I'm just a simple human being. I don't know how universities come up with it, but yeah, a number of universities have come up and proven that the wizard is the smartest and the most caring person in the entire world. I mean, I don't even try to figure it out anymore. Now, I know what you're thinking, that this person isn't real, but I can assure you that the wizard is as real as you and I are. It's not required, but strongly recommended that every member of every ARRT tree become a member of Wizards community, and you can click there. If your ARRT doesn't succeed, it's most likely because every member isn't a member of the Wizards community. So don't blame ARRT, the tree. Take personal ownership that you and your and other people in your group weren't members. So if something's not working, you're not listening to the wizard or the wizardess. And so I'm telling you, it's, again, you might think I'm joking. I'm not. And the wizard, you can actually meet the wizard in person. And the wizardess, too. Like, there's both wizards and wizardesses. And so once in a while, they show up to mastermind, seminar, psychology of people events through Life Masteries Institute Legacy Partners, but not every event. And so you never know when they're going to show up and when they're not. They traverse on a totally different dimension or universe than you and I do. So you and I can't be late even a minute. If we're a minute late, oh my gracious, like, something's wrong. Like, that's not right. Write it out 100 times. I will never be 30 seconds late. But the wizard can come and go as they please. Like, they have a totally different, set of rules. And so it's just, it's like I said, it's hard to explain. Now, we've been through, the other 6 the other 7 roles. And so we've gone through the different white papers, right? And so WIFM, consistent and committed, driven and disciplined. That's why it's good to have a wizard too, because they're so crazy smart. Like if you think you're consistent, committed, you've never seen the wizard. Driven and disciplined, you've never seen a wizard. Like the wizard's amazing. And then we went through the next 3, clear communication, success through self-vaporization, and the best student in the world. And so we've been through phase 1. Phase 1 is learning to think differently through engineered clarity. Okay, so we got that. So each individual has a role, but we're all learning other people's roles. We're just not experts at it, but we need to be familiar. Like every single team, all 30 members need to be great at clear communication. Okay? And so congratulations, you've completed an ARRT pod. So that's going to go ahead and be the first 7, the founder, and then the first 6 roles. And what we talked about today was role 30. And what we're going to be going into is we're going to be going in. So the first 7, you want to have a wizard as soon as possible, or wizard us. Whenever I say wizard, I always mean wizard us too. So wizard or wizard us is fine. You want to get one of them as fast as possible. Now, if you don't listen to them, well, that's not going to go so well for you. I mean, they're just, I don't know. He, she, they're magical. What we're going to be doing is going in from roles 7 to roles 14 next. And so that's going to be phase 2 in the white paper. And so in the white paper library, still using the internalization model, but we're going into phase 2, which is the income machine. So some great books is Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Good to Great, The Tipping Point. These are some really good books that, highly recommended to go through it. And then it goes into thinking differently. You might say, well, that was all phase 1, I thought. Well, this is intense. This is going in. It's crazy. So hopefully you studied it, phase 1 really good, because you're going to need that in phase 2. Like it sums it all up, puts it together. And then trust. And then 2.3 is patience, the silent killer. And then 2-4 is biggest challenges to income. 2-5 is owning a company, not a job. And then 2-6 is community and business partnerships. So this is what we're in store for next. So make sure that we're good on that. We're studying it really strong. Obviously, you'd start digging into thinking differently and that particular white paper. If you're not part of EC2, I don't even know what you're thinking. My grandson, who's 5 years old, he jumped on a Grandpa's Magic Couch, which is part of EC2 today, and he's 5 years old, and he said, hey, Grandpa, I want to be part of EC2. So he's 5 years old, and he has to earn his own money to do it. Mom can't pay, Dad can't pay, Grandpa and Grandma, I want to pay, I'd pay in a heartbeat. But the rules are you have to pay yourself. So if you're not part of EC2, I don't know what just become a part of it. A great class is the Psychology of People. It's a 7-week online course, and there's seminars and workshops. It's amazing. You'll want to go through it to help you in awakening, taking ownership, working in a totally different level, dimension, quantum, in caring, all of those type of things. And it goes from individual to those around us, to the world, the universe. I mean, there's some really cool stuff that's there. Make sure that you're connecting with your ARRT mentor on this. And if you need to be, if you have questions, you can connect with your host. And or you can call 888-230-2300. That's 888-230-2300. Or if you're calling in outside the U.S., you can call the U.S.-based number at 630-393-9909. That's 630-393-9909. And always remember, we can accomplish so much more together than we ever could on our own. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.